So he's already forward in the chair. I've done my job really well. Maybe I'll put a gait belt on him because, again, we're wanting him to feel as secure as possible. That's one nice thing in the trainer. He's got the wheelchair behind him. I'm right here in front of him. You got the bars on both sides and in front, so they really feel like they have a lot of possible handhold options. And it's really almost impossible to fall because the worst case scenario is I'll just sit him back down in the chair. So, all right, so we'll lean forward. We'll go ahead and stand up. Good. Made that look easy, but I'm still in a good position here. I'll show you from the other side, but I have my foot at his knee where I can control the knee. I got good control of the hips, so if I need to facilitate any kind of weight shifting, I can do that very easily. If he needs to hold on, which most patients do to start off with, he can hold on there. So this is our starting point with a lot of patients, is they want to hold on and they want to grip just like they're in the dentist chair. They want to hold on forcefully with both hands. But our job is to get them comfortable standing without any hand support. Why? Because we use these for all kinds of activities of daily living and standing. If we're standing at the sink washing dishes, we use both hands. If we're fixing a meal, we're using both hands. If we're in the shower washing up and standing, we use both hands. So being able to stand, have confidence and control and stability, and using both hands is one of the, I feel like, fundamental goals of getting patients ready to go home in IPR. So you don't want to let go yet. So how do we get from here to letting go? How do we get from standing with two hand support to standing with no hand support? One option is many patients, when they're standing, if they're holding on to the horizontal bars, they're kind of leaning forward. So they're bracing through the hands. And I want to get them out of this posture and out of this position to standing upright. The easy way to do that is just ask them to go ahead and hold on to these vertical poles, and that naturally gets them more stacked. When I say stacked, I mean the shoulders are over the hips over the knees, and the knees are over the feet. So they're making kind of a straight line from head to toe. So just bringing them upright, he still has the balance support, but he doesn't have the weight bearing going through the hands. So that's step one. We got you holding on there. I can still do all my hands-on techniques that I like to do. Get you weight shifting if you're getting off. Cue you forward and back if we need to. So from there, we can progress to two hand supports on something unstable. So my go-to is bringing in something unstable like a couple of balls. You can rest your hand on top of the ball on each side. Again, I'm still right in front of him because he still doesn't have the confidence for me not to be here. But now he still can get some feedback through the hands. It's not reliable because it's resting on the ball. I can still do what I'm doing here to work on posture if I need to. As he's getting better, I can back out, and that way I'm not so supportive, and naturally he's getting confidence as I'm pulling back. So this is going good. We could go down to one hand. I could take this away and don't hold here, just rest with one hand. And then this is where it can start to get fun because I can use the platforms to get that other hand doing something. So I can come back in and add in reaching to the opposite hand. And that's one of the biggest differences. Before the balance trainer, I would do a lot of this in the parallel bars. But then in the parallel bars, we get standing, and it's like, all right, I'm standing. What's next? So in here, we can get the what's next and get them used to reaching around and doing different things. We don't always have to use the rings. We can use the cones. So on this offhand, you can take the cone and set it on the square that it matches. And now he's actually got something purposeful to do as he's still learning how to stand with both hands. So one little trick that I like to have them go from where he's at now to standing using both hands is to give both hands something to do. And that's when I'll give a stack of cones and say, hey, go ahead and hold on to this. And I want you to put the cones on the squares that they match. For him to accomplish this, he has to use the other hand to separate the cones. So he takes that hand away, and now he can use the hand to deliver the cones. But because both hands have something to do, he can't hold on anymore. And that's kind of a tricky way to get them to start standing without hand support. Again, I'm always right here in front of him. If he starts to lose his balance, I can cue him back on balance. But because he's using both hands, now before he knows it, he's standing without hand support.